tell you this, that my mom, she did discipline us, and she did more so, you do this, you're living in my house and XYZ. But I will say that I'm not gonna say she was a relaxed mom. She was hands on, but not so much hands on. But she allowed some things to take place so that we can get in a position where the Lord speak to us and move on our situation. She taught us to have a relationship with the Lord and encourage us to attend Bible school and what have you. But I would say that even though she wanted to be right, she also yielded more than she wanted to be right. And of course, my mom at that time, she was going through some things herself, because she was a single mom raising five little children. And if I'm to look at that and to model that, I have to refuse to be in control all the time. And some of that is, you don't want people to view you a certain way, or you don't want your child to end up this way. And it's a lot of influence on your child, especially today, because of where society is and where culture state society is. Then you have all these gender identities and etc. There's so much stuff that's going on to give our kids opinions, giving our kids options. But when we take a step back and when we keep them in prayer versus drilling them, we have to pull back just a little bit to say, I have to yield to what the Lord is telling me to do. Even when it came down to, my son, the discipline with my son versus my daughter is totally different, because she's a girl and he was a boy. I had to be mom and dad for him, and with her, I co-parent. So with my daughter, I have to take a different approach. I'm like, okay, Lord, I can hear him more. I wasn't where I was in my faith with my son, with where I am with my daughter. And, I'm actually married as well, been married for 5 years. So I just look at how God shifts and how God just allowed me to yield, because the decisions that I would normally make, let me tell you something, it may not always be a nice decision, but it was a decision that I made because I wanted to be right and I wanted a certain result.